Hi there, it's me, Nancy Drew. You're just in time for my latest mystery, Treasure in the Royal Tower. Dear George, so much for my Wisconsin ski vacation. I arrived here at Wickford Castle last night, just before a blizzard swept in. The mountain is completely shut down, and the surrounding roads are closed. I think I'm one of the few guests who made it to the castle at all. The place is huge and old, and slightly creepy under the circumstances. You should hear this wind. What's more, the owner, Christy Lane, my father's friend, is away on business. I tried to ask the caretaker, Dexter Egan, how I could contact her, but he said he didn't know. Doesn't that seem odd? I couldn't help feeling like there was something he wasn't telling me. All this makes me a little nervous, but I'm determined to enjoy myself. After all, this is a vacation, right? I have big plans to explore the castle. That Ezra Wickford, the original owner, must have been quite a character to have built such an extraordinary place. It's filled with strange, dead-end corridors, for one thing, and I noticed one of the towers is totally different from the other ones. Of course, I'll have to save some time to meet Jacques Brunet, the French ski instructor. Tell Beth she'll be the first to know if he's half as gorgeous in person as he looks on his website. So, George, I guess things never quite go according to plan, but at least this time, the culprit is just a snowstorm. Talk to you soon. Love, Nancy. Now all I need is a mailbox. Sounds like the radiator is broken.
Hello, Miss Drew. Did you get squared away upstairs?
Yes, thanks, Mr. Egan. My room is charming, but I think there's something wrong with my radiator. It hisses, and there's a clanging noise, too. Would you mind checking it out for me?
Sorry about that inconvenience, but you're just gonna have to sit tight for a while. I'm the only one on duty while the owner's away, and around here it seems like even if it ain't broke, it still needs fixing. Last time I checked, there were only 24 hours in a day. And now, to make matters worse, there have been a couple of incidents.
What kind of incidents?
Someone vandalized our historic library. Really turned the place upside down. The owner, Miss Lane, she's gonna be pretty upset.
Why would anyone want to vandalize the library?
I have no idea. I straightened up in there before check-in yesterday and everything was fine. Now it looks like a bomb went off. Books everywhere, and somebody hacked a big hole in one of the walls. I locked the place up and called the police, but who knows when they'll be able to get here.
Wow, a hole in the wall? What do you think they were looking for?
I can't tell, but somebody's definitely after something.
How do you know?
Well, this Professor Hotchkiss just called me in a terrible flap, saying our room's been robbed. I went up there, but she wouldn't open the door to talk about it. Wouldn't even tell me what was missing. So what's she want me to do about it?
Sounds like you're swamped, Mr. Egan. Is there any way I can help?
Well, Hotchkiss has a pair of ski boots in the basement. The Frenchman's been working on them for her, but he won't deliver them. Says he's a ski instructor, not a bellhop. I hate to ask this, but if you could grab those boots and bring them up to her, it might smooth her feathers. Sure would smooth mine.
Can you do something about my radiator?
Sorry, not yet.
So how long have you been working here?
A while.
Okay. See you, Mr. Egan.
Alrighty then.
Hi, I'm Lisa. Did you hear what happened? Someone broke into the library and vandalized it. Dexter locked it up. He's saying the culprit must be one of us in the castle. Can you believe it?
Yeah, Dexter just told me the library is a disaster area and that it's totally off limits.
Too bad, huh? I'm dying to see what they did to it. Don't quote me on this, but I think Dexter has an extra key to the library somewhere around his desk.
I guess you've really got your finger on the pulse around here. Any other castle scandal I should know about?
Oh, we got scandal, honey. Professor Hotchkiss is claiming she's been robbed, for one thing. But the real scandal is downstairs. His name is Jacques Brunet.
What do you know about Professor Hotchkiss?
Oh my gosh! Wait till you hear this! Hotchkiss is this nutty old woman who's always typing and talking to herself in her room. I was walking past her door earlier, and I heard her screaming that her room had been robbed.
You said she's a professor. Do you know what she teaches?
I'm really not sure. She just kept wailing, "My theory, my theory." I think she teaches history, or maybe a foreign language. I thought I heard a couple of French words pop out of her mouth. But don't quote me on that either. I only barely passed Spanish in high school.
Habla español?
Hardly. I'm just a humble photojournalist covering weird old mansions in the Midwest, and this place is one of the weirdest. Did you know Ezra Wickford, the original owner, shut himself away in here for like 50 years?
You must know a great deal about this place.
Not really, but I sure want to get into that tower that came from France. It'd be great for my story. Too bad Wickford sealed it off. Maybe it's his ghost making those creepy noises at night.
What noises?
Oh, just your average bump in the night sound effects. It's probably just Dexter trying to spook up the hotel for the publicity. I mean, did we stumble onto the set of As the Castle Turns or what? Well, you probably want to get settled. I wonder what we're going to do with ourselves while we're all cooped up in this place.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Stay warm.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Je m'appelle Jacques Brunet. So, what brings you to beautiful Wisconsin?
Bonjour. Je m'appelle Nancy Drew. I'm here on vacation. What's your excuse?
My excuse?
Yeah, what brings a professional skier from France to Wisconsin? Why not Aspen or Lake Tahoe?
I am here for Isabelle, mon petit chou. She's an American studying at the university in Madison, and I've asked her to marry me. That is excuse enough to be in Wisconsin, n'est-ce pas? And besides, I am not the first French work of art to end up here.
Work of art? What are you talking about?
I am speaking of the Queen's Tower, of course. It comes from the Chateau Rochemont in a town in France near where I grew up. Didn't you notice it when you drove in?
Yes, I think Christy Lane mentioned it to me once. What can you tell me about it?
Marie Antoinette used to visit this tower when she was Queen of France. Until she lost her head in the Revolution, that is. A pretty girl should not hear about such ugly things. But tell me, how will you spend your time here, Nancy?
I'm dying to have a look inside that library. I heard it was vandalized. Do you know anything?
Nancy, a pretty girl should not worry herself with this type of thing while she is on vacation. I should warn you, Dexter is very protective of this place. He does not take kindly to people snooping around where they should not.
Thanks for the tip, but I think Dexter and I are going to get along just fine.
Get along just fine, you say? Ah, a woman who knows her own powers of persuasion. Elle est dangereuse, non? Ciao!
The combination is 517, but it's not working. I wonder if the lock is broken.
Ah, Nancy, comment ça va?
Dexter told me the combination to my locker, number 310, is 517. I tried it, but the locker won't open.
Dexter must be confused, because I think that is the combination for number 311. Try 311.
I need to bring Professor Hotchkiss her boots. Do you have them?
Yes, I fixed her boots. But you should be relaxing by the fire, sipping cocoa, Nancy. Not running errands for Dexter.
Tell me about these boxes you're making.
When I am not skiing, I need some other way to express myself. So voila, I make these hot boxes for keeping secrets safe. I'm sure you have many secrets, Nancy.
Do you know much about the tower that's closed off? I heard the original owner imported it from France.
It comes from the Chateau Rochemont in a town in France near where I grew up. Marie Antoinette used to visit this tower when she was Queen of France. Until she lost her head in the revolution, that is.
I'll talk to you later.
À bientôt!
Hi there, how's it going?
What do you know about Jacques Brunet?
Didn't you watch the last Winter Olympics? He's France's big cheese of skiing. He holds the record for the 500-meter slalom, but he totally choked at the games. I guess he's washed up now. But at least his looks haven't gone down the tubes.
So tell me more about the life of a photojournalist. It must be very glamorous at times.
Well, there's nothing glamorous about the pay, I can tell you that much.
There was a little mix-up with the lockers, and I accidentally opened yours.
Yeah, and?
Well, I was kind of confused. I was just trying to see whose stuff was in there, and I found a bunch of IDs in your bag. They all had your picture and other people's names on them.
A savvy photojournalist always carries a couple of alternate identities, Nancy. When you're working under deadline, you don't always have time to play by the rules. I'm sure you know what I mean.
Does your job take you to exotic, far-off places?
Well, there is a lot of travel. Too bad I'm so useless with foreign languages.
I'm dying to find a way into that tower. Where do they usually hide the secret entrances in weird old Midwestern mansions?
I guess I should know, shouldn't I? Too bad most of the places I've covered aren't any weirder than imitation butter. I wish you'd hurry up and find it, though, so we can check it out.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Later, Nancy.